Welcome back to the game. Two-time MVP Nikola Jokic continues to add to his legendary career with another triple-double in his finals debut. Is the Joker the undisputed best player in the NBA today? Well, still with us to answer this question are our friends from NBA Hype, Coach Charles Chu and Isaac Go. I have no idea what your answer is, to be honest, to that question. But again, the first triple-double in an NBA debut since Jason Kidd, and they're the only two people to do that. Given that accolade, Coach Charles, is he the best player in the NBA today?
I think so. I mean, he won it 2 straight times, the MVP award at least. This year, Joel Embiid won it, but it wasn't even really clear. I know the voters seem pretty decided, but if you listen to the debates, the experts, I think you could make a case for Nikola Jokic. He had as good as a year as he had in his last 2 MVP years. He's been really dominant in this whole postseason. He's averaging a triple-double the entire playoffs, and I think more importantly, it's like he's just picking his spots. I was just talking about it with George off the air. When at the start of the game, Jokic was just kind of coasting, just setting guys up. But when they needed points, I mean, he had 12 points in the fourth quarter. When they kind of got stuck, they just go to him and he just makes plays.
And why do you think, Isaac, is he playing more dominantly here in the playoffs compared to the regular season? Apparently, there's another level to his game.
There's always another level. I think if you ask any player, and you always want that from your star player. When the stage gets bigger, the lights get brighter, they take up another level. And Coach Charles, I think, would also say that he would love players like that. That the bigger the situation, the bigger the event, that the players start to ball out.
Yeah. What's interesting is, though, like with Jokic, he is not always the guy you see on social media, like with highlight reels. He doesn't even have social media. Like, he's not flashy at all. But for Coach Charles, like, why do you think he is so effective for his team?
His passes are flashy. I love his passes, though. He's so effective because he's so smart. I mean, he's so unselfish and he's so smart. And I mean, even you see how he conducts himself in interviews. He's so humble, which is a nice guy to have. I mean, he puts his team first.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He can have games where he scores 10 points but has 15 assists. And he makes the right decision. It's interesting, I remember people would criticize LeBron James for being a guy who would just make the right play. But Jokic is exactly the same, except that I guess he's not a lightning rod like LeBron, but he's as good. And he can score with the best of them. Look, what numbers did he have again today? But the 12 points in the fourth quarter just show that he's still a guy you can give the ball to and he will score. You put a smaller guy on him, he'll shoot over him. A bigger guy, he'll out-quick him to the basket.
27, 10, and 14, Nikola Jokic in today's game. In fact, he joins LeBron James as the only players in the last 25 years with 10 points and 10 assists in any half of an NBA Finals game. Now, you take a look at Isaac Go and you take a look at Nikola Jokic, and you have 2 players here who aren't necessarily the most athletic, but Isaac, as a big man, how do you look up to Nikola Jokic, who does not have the typical NBA athleticism, but still uses his smarts, uses his passing to really make a living?
I think number one is just picking your spots. As basketball players, we want to go beyond what we have. We always want to explore the unknown. But for him, it's, I know I'm good at this, I'll go to this. Like, you can't stop me if I go here. Why try something? Why try to do something that I can't do if I have something that I can do?
And on the other hand, for you, Coach Charles, what should players, learn from the game of the Joker? What could they take from him, watching him play like this in the NBA?
I think he's actually really fundamentally sound. You watch his footwork, it's just excellent on the block, the way he knows how to balance himself. He knows how to maximize his strengths. As Isaac said, he can't really jump that much, but still he gets a ton of rebounds. That's boxing out, tapping the ball to himself. I mean, his passing is excellent, and he's just a bucket getter.
So, Coach Charles, bilang isang Lasallian educator, as a coach for CSB, how would you use Nikola Jokic's game to educate your players to just be smarter on the floor?
Man, I would let them watch videos of him all day. If I have a player half as smart as Jokic, I'd win the championship. Man. But no, seriously, there's so many things you can learn from him. I mean, the way he reads the defense, I think, is one. I mean, even the way he sets screens, he's a big body. He gets his teammates open. That's why Murray's open all the time. I mean, he's pretty good at setting screens.
Now, he's a 2-time MVP, but no championship title yet. What do you think are you expecting from him, and that could possibly, lead him there to the final destination, get the championship?
Man, he's gonna put this team on his back because right now he's enjoying, he's facilitating, and everyone's having a good time. But as Coach Charles said, when they get stuck, he's gonna put everybody on his back, and everyone just has to get on and for him to carry them all the way.
Do you expect that if they finally run into trouble? Because game 1 they did not run into much trouble. Do you think that he will put Denver on his back and really take over?
Yes, and it's so funny as I watched a conversation this morning. Michael Porter Jr. said his first day in Denver, like Mason Plumlee was starting, and everyone's like, "Why is Mason why is Mason Plumlee killing Nikola Jokic?" And everyone's like, "Just wait, because this guy can drop 50 if he wanted to." And true enough, he can, but he chooses not to.
That's something we could look out for. And on that note, guys, be sure to catch Game 2 of the NBA Finals happening in a few days, happening this weekend. Now, never miss a Finals game with Signal TV. Watch all the games live on NBA TV Philippines, Channel 96 in SD and Channel 262 in HD.